Yo, what's good?
We ain't even got 10 seconds in, bro. We already died. All right, go ahead.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
What is okay? Oh my god, hold on. Brain cell break. This thing is.
Don't even. Like, there's no point in restarting.
I'm
Just do your thing. Just do your
What's
thing.
good with it? What's good with a podcast? But why you break this so loud, bro? You fucking my shit.
All right, restart it.
Shut your bitch ass up. Okay. Bro, every fucking time. Like damn, nigga, shit. Okay. Bro, I can't just mute yourself until the shit over until I say it. Are you muted, bro? If you muted, just don't say nothing. Okay. All right. Yo, what's good with it podcast? I'm so fucking retarded. Okay.
Disclaimer. No, I do not think my opinions are more valid than any other person's. I really just find joy in sharing my opinions and talking about random BS with others who may agree or disagree. Therefore, you don't have to like or agree with everything I say. You also don't have to listen to the podcast at all. With that being said, thank you and welcome to Mac Unpacks.
Yo, what's good with it podcast? If you're here, you're a real nigga. If you're not here, yeah, you're a bot. But we got part 2 of the last one. You know, I got my roommate / best friend / wannabe Drake here. Introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm Myles. I'm this nigga brother, basically. And I'm here to give my side of whatever this nigga got me on here for. I'm here for that.
Bro, finna give his testimony.
Something like that.
Listen, you know what we're here for, bro. Stop. So look, we're gonna be talking about cheating, except we're gonna come from his direction, his testimony and how he felt about it and kind of how it made him feel and shit like that. So Myles.
Yes, sir.
Why'd you cheat, bro? What? Tell us a story time. Tell us about
I'll tell you about S.
Okay.
S was a girl I met at my favorite restaurant of all time, Taco Bell.
You a nasty nigga, bro.
How am I nasty? Please explain.
That's just not favorite restaurant of all time is crazy.
Favorite fast food restaurant. Let me be clear.
Bro, what?
Favorite fast food restaurant, bro. Favorite fast food is got.
Okay,
Anyway,
sure.
we're getting off topic. So
Okay.
I met S at Taco Bell. She worked there, and one of her coworkers gave me her Snapchat. I ain't text her for like 2 weeks, and then one random night she hits me up. It's like 3 a.m. She comes over, and we hit it off. About I want to say a week later, she basically tells me you shouldn't mess with me, yada yada yada, and then we start dating. You know, because what are young idiots gonna do besides fall in love?
God, I remember you had to when you had the light set up under your bed and shit. Cool ass.
That's the most I think I've ever actually done for a girl, for like asking a girl out. Because any other time besides that, I would have just said it. We're not gonna talk about that one time back, but
tell the people about your setup that you did with S, bro.
Basically, I had put my bed that was set up on this little stand, and I put my bed under it, and then I raised the stand, and I put a bunch of like string lights around it, and I put like a squishmallow and like blankets and all types of. I basically made it look like a fort, like a big ass just fort. And then I invited her over that night. We watched TV. Then I was like, "Hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?" And she was like, "Yes." And that was that. And I was happy because, you know.
Yeah, but I heard some insane shit that night. That shit had me that shit made me uncomfortable. But basically see, you're gonna have to tell them about S and in R because
The S plus
we
R equals heartbreak. Oh god.
uh,
Actually, it's more like S plus R plus J.
whoa
Yeah.
okay. So you told him about S. Tell him about R because you started dating R before you started dating S.
So before we start, we got to go all the way back to R, which was what was that?
This is around the time I started dating my ex that I cheated on.
This was what, sophomore year, I believe.
Yeah, it was like the end of sophomore year, bro.
End of sophomore year. Basically, I met this girl, and she was probably the my biggest fumble emotionally wise. Because when we first met, I this girl had really never been with men before, so I was like one of her first male relationships beside like the high school love. She preferred women. So I meet her, Mac meets her, he's got good vibes, and she used to work at Chick-fil-A. I have a pattern of meeting girls who work at food restaurants, obviously.
Hey, hey, hey. Actually, no comment.
And how I had matched with this girl on Bumble like a week and a half early. So when I went to Chick-fil-A that day, I immediately was like, "Why does this girl look familiar?" So she looks up at me for after staring down the whole time, and we make eye contact, and it's just awkward as hell because I don't know how to respond to. I don't really know what to say at first. Neither did she. And then we finally start hanging. It goes well, yada yada yada. We date after what? No, we didn't even date yet because I had gone back to California, and we didn't date till I got back the first time.
Oh God, bro went the whole summer, not messing with no other girls. Came back, asked her out, and then they broke up.
A month later.
Was it? Oh, it was that
It was
fast.
literally just I broke up with her literally on our 1 month, and I felt like absolute dog shit.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. But
I I can't even defend myself because the first time we broke up, it was because I wasn't emotionally mature for that yet, and she was.
uh,
I want to say she was. I wanted to say she was, but realistically, we both were just.
y'all,
We weren't.
yeah,
We wanted to be ready, but we weren't ready for a relationship.
my God. Um, so you want to tell us about the second time that you and Ari got together and that kind of that went to shit?
uh, the second time was more recently. We had basically we had done the same thing over again. We had remet, talked again, had decided we wanted to start talking again right before summer, just for me to go all the way back, be loyal for an entire summer, to come back and fuck up my entire relationship. So if we're gonna talk about how I fucked up the second relationship, we got to go back to S actually.
All right. Oh yeah. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Tell us about it.
So I had so S had basically been like sick for I want to say 2 weeks with a some kind of I don't remember what it was, some kind of bladder infection or some shit like that. And I had decided, man, I'm gonna go text my ex because that was smart. So I text her. She,
Wait. I got a question.
Mhm.
So, what made you want to text your ex though?
I think it was a few factors. The fact that I hadn't. Basically, that was just because I was feeling the
Nigga was horny.
yeah, essentially, and I hadn't been touched by my girlfriend for a while, which is I am in no way defending anything I've done because all the shit I've done in my past is I want to say a learning lesson, but I anyway. So I had cheated on my ex with my ex, essentially. At first, the first time I went over there, we just smoked, we talked, and at the very last moment, right before I left, I grabbed some buns, which, you know, innocent enough, didn't think it was going to happen again. And for days after that, I'm texting R, She's trying to get me to come back over there and beat the Doonies down, even though I'm in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I don't do things on that she wanted me to do, she threatens to tell S. So
Oh God.
I
And
tell
then
S because I
at
was
this
kind of
point, at this point, she texted me at this point, right? Because we was coming back from the gym, right?
yes, sir. We was just coming back from the gym,
Yeah.
actually.
So she texted me at this point, and she's like, "Hey, Mac, you need to tell your fucking roommate that he needs to tell so and so that he's been in my phone or whatever." And I'm like, "Hey, yo, like I had no knowledge of this." And at this point, me and my ex had already broken up, right?
Yeah, this was like I was already caught with my hand in the cookie jar, and I was just trying to like. I wasn't even trying to defend myself. It was more so I was just like, well, I can't really lie.
He was like embarrassed.
I was just like, well, I mean, who's not gonna? It's like any
Oh
man getting
God,
caught trying to like sneak around. You're obviously gonna be embarrassed about it.
shit embarrassing. But his ex had texted me that, and then my ex texts me, and she's like, "Oh, y'all are the same. Y'all are a bad influence on each other.
Which
This,
is
that, and the third."
wild. Not gonna lie, because
And I'm like, I didn't. First of all, I didn't even know that you had that going on at the time. I was
right.
like hello, like nigga didn't tell me or something. Like what's good with you? But she texted me that, and then she started getting mad at me, and I'm like, I was not aware of this. And then she was just like, y'all are just like the same. Y'all never gonna find this, that, and the third. I'm just like, okay,
That
sure.
was low key the
Anyway,
start of like me trying to be sneaky around you, because like at the time I was like I could be sneaky around Mac, and then I realized, yeah, nah, this nigga know everything.
oh God, nah, I got my eyes in the skies. I had a suspicion because I remember the night you had left, and like I literally had a suspicion. I was like, this nigga is somewhere doing something that he's not supposed to be doing. And I remember I asked you, and you was like, oh, I just want to smoke with a friend or something. I was like, okay,
Don't believe shit that comes out my mouth.
God, you fucking liar. Anyways, you can continue with your story. My fault.
Where was I?
You was at the part where she was confronting you.
Right. So about after I told S, and she didn't take it well. Then again, I wouldn't expect anyone to take it well after they figure out their boyfriend's been cheating on them. So I told her, I cried. She basically told me I'm trash, which is fair because that's how I felt. I even called my dad, who I did not expect to cry in front of and actually have a heart to heart about cheating, because funny enough, he's also cheated. So it's a it's a conundrum, I guess. Uh, After that, I kind of just went on a streak of like just being alone for a while. Then I decided to do a dumb thing and re-talk to R after everything that's happened. Just a cavalcade of bullshit right there. And so that's where we're back to this year, where I had come back from summer and then we started dating again. But this time we were dating in summer, so we had been dating for a couple months at this point. We decided that we were close enough to invite a third person into sex, which we're both very open to situations like that. We're cool with it. And at first it was cool, it was really chill. Shit was great. And then uh, questions started becoming, well, if you can do this and this with her alone, then why can't I do this and this with her alone? And then things started getting more questioning, and then I decided to do the dumb thing of texting Jay. And I said some things to which I didn't think were as bad at the time, but like I said, I can't really defend it because outside looking in, it probably looks crazy.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm sorry. She showed me the messages. Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for that. But after she found out, she had basically said Well, that was when she found out. That was the night I was going to a party, and when we had broken up, I had gotten absolutely plastered. Like I was just there. So we were across the street from my apartment, and I decided, hey, I'm just gonna go back home. So I start walking, and I realize she is outside of my apartment building. So I decide to do the real move of drunkenly stumble behind the other side of the apartment building and sneak up to my apartment. Keep in mind, she had texted me like 100 times by now, and not joking. She texted me over 100 times and called me like at least 40. Which, yeah, crazy, crazy woman. So I get it. And then she realizes that my location says he's here, comes up to my apartment, yells at me, gives me the business, tells me I'm this, that, and the third, and then decides to hug me and kiss me and then leave. I'm still royally fucked at this point, so I'm kind of just sitting here like, okay. I didn't know how to take any of that right at the moment. So yeah, that's where the story doesn't end. But what was your thoughts on this like whole timing, Mac? Like that whole
Uh, okay, so I've always found it funny that like each time me and you, because the first time when I broke up with my ex, actually no, the first time you had broke up with no, you had broke up with, god damn, nigga, shit, stop dating.
exactly my point.
You had broke up because we started dating my ex and R at the same time,
And then you
pretty
had
much.
restarted dating, and then I was dating S at the
Mm.
time.
And then me and my ex stayed together for longer than him and R at first. And then I had broke up with my ex and told her that while he was still dating S. And then not even a couple like weeks later, then him and S broke up. And then I don't know, bro. It's like we in a pattern. If one of us is in a relationship, the other one is,
It doesn't
or
feel
like
like
if
we
we,
can both be in a relationship at the same time. Sometimes it feels like we're
that shit
more
weird.
just.
Like
It's weird, but it's just how it works every time.
that shit weird. But anyways, once again, once you had did this, my ex texted me and was like, "Y'all are just saying y'all are bad influence on each other," and it's like we do not encourage each other to go cheat. We literally tell each other like, "Hey, bro, you need to be better." If we're aware of the actions like going on,
If we
we
know what's
literally be like,
happening, like then we'll tell each other opposite of like, dog, go back in your room, chill out, stop.
"Chill out."
And then, but the thing is, they always assume I'm just like, oh yeah, do your thing, cheat. I'm like, no, I'm not encouraging you to like cheat. I'm never gonna do that. It just like I'm not gonna like you're a grown ass man. You're gonna make your own decisions. I'm gonna try to stop you, but if you're gonna do it anyways, then who am I to stop you?
Literally. But then, so okay, so that brings up the question: why not just tell the your or in this case, why not tell my ex that I was cheating?
See, I want to knock it up to bro code, but there's really more to it than just bro code. It's not my. I want to. There's a lot of ways I can say this that it's gonna sound really bad, but I
Hey, just
don't
say
I
it. Just
don't
say it.
I don't know her. I know you. If I like, I don't live with her. I live with you. If I was to snitch to her, for one, you would probably not talk to me for a long ass time. And for two, that's just not the kind of person I am. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get involved in someone's life. Like loyalties lie where loyalties lie, and I rock with you more than I rocked with her. So it's knocked up to that. Now that doesn't mean I'm not looking at you like, bro, you doing something bad, but it's just how it is.
Okay, so say it was say it was all of us and we lived in like a house. It was me, you, my ex, and then we'll just like throw in somebody else.
Right.
And I was cheating. Would if in the case of if we lived with her, would you have said something to her?
I feel like my guilt would eventually get to me, and I'd have to be like, either you say something or I say something. But I don't think I'd ever actually be able to do some shit like that. I don't know if I could ever snitch. It's because I think it's just we're way too close, bro.
I don't even think it's because we got. I think it's like a philosophical type of shit. Because like,
It's not.
let's
It's not my
say,
place to get involved with somebody's relationship, bro. Like I just can't.
it's you and your girl, and I see your girl cheating, so I'm gonna come tell you like, hey, your girl was cheating. Now look, a logical person would get mad at their girl, but I've seen situations where it's like, instead of being mad at their girl, they get mad at the person that told them.
But why would I get mad at? Why would I do that? Why would I get mad at
I'm
you for
just
telling
saying.
me?
I'm just
That's
saying.
so. I
I'm
know, but
just.
that's so backwards to me in a way.
I'm just saying like that could be like a reason. You know what I'm saying?
That's also kind of goes down to the fact of like you cheated. You cheated. Like how do I say this? It goes down to when someone gets mad at the other person when your girl's the one who cheated. Like, why are you mad at me? I'm not the one who cheated on you. Your girl
Nah,
cheated
for
on you.
real.
Don't
Girl,
fight the like what's the point?
you over here fighting. Like I didn't even know you was in a relationship, bro. She was up, at no comment.
I ain't even know, bro. She ain't tell me, bro.
Anyways, anyways, but so now let's get into in each relationship. Why did you cheat? And then let's start with S.
I knock up to straight carnal urges. I just was needy and I was just being selfish and just I that's all it was. I have nothing else to say on that one.
Okay, and then R. R has to like I know R has a lot of detail because I know for a fact that you loved her just based off like I had never seen you act like that before, so I knew for a fact that it was like a love thing. So like what happened there? Like why did you cheat there, or why do you think you cheated?
There was a lot of moments in that relationship where I genuinely thought to myself, I'm gonna marry this girl. I'm gonna make this girl my wife. She's gonna have my kids. We're gonna be this, that, and the third. And then there was always this like pit feeling in my stomach of why am I not happy? Why am I not as happy as I think I am? It always felt like these temporary moments of pure happiness, and then I'm just looking, and then I finally switch my brain, and then all of a sudden we're fighting, or we're like just we always arguing about this, and the honeymoon phase is always the bullshit phase that we think we're good in, and then we just immediately I can't stand you, and you do this, and then it just collectively pits into one area, and then I'm just like, well, if that's the case, then what's the point of even being in the relationship? And then your brain starts doing these things where you're just like, well, and you start running with these ideas, and you're just like, well, fuck. And then you get that unnecessary carnal urge, and you're just like, well, shit, let me just go mess with somebody else since I just don't. And then it's just some bullshit, bro. Relationships are tricky, and I have yet to figure out how to master a relationship and just actually be okay in the relationship.
So why these are like common ass questions. Like I posted it and they asked, and then one of them was why didn't you just leave?
Sometimes it feels like leaving is the hardest part.
But why? Like explain that answer.
It feels like trying to leave a relationship is hurtful, and then you think of these ulterior solutions, but you realize the other solutions are even more hurtful than just sitting down and being honest. Sometimes I would just sit them down and be honest and be like, I'm not happy. And then they'll just be like, well, how can I fix it? And I'm just like, I don't know how I can. I don't know how. I'm just unhappy as fuck out of nowhere.
I ain't gonna lie, that's actually something I want to talk about, bro.
I don't understand that feeling that I get too.
There was times, and I would like say things that were bothering me in the relationship, and when I'm saying these things, like I'm being open about it, I don't want to have to in the end up having to apologize for me saying how I felt.
Speak your
You know
truth,
what I mean?
King. Speak your truth, King.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I get what you're saying. Did you ever feel like you didn't like your word wasn't being heard in the
That's
relationship?
that's exactly how I felt. Like I felt like I really wasn't being understood. Like I would bring something up, and then it would be like, I felt this way, but then all of a sudden it would turn into a, she felt this way because of what I did, and I'm just like, how do we get here? I was telling you like this, that, and the third, and now we're on something completely different, and it's not even about like what I was talking about anymore. Now it's about you,
Right.
and now I'm apologizing for making you feel a certain type of way because I felt upset about something, bro. I used to like I that shit is so.
Somehow my feelings are this is to well, this is how your feelings make my feelings feel. On some
I
bullshit.
I hated that shit so bad, bro.
So,
And
because
then
then the point of your feelings are turned into hers. So your feelings don't. It feels like your feelings don't matter.
l- literally, but like it was weird because I'm pretty sure both of these girls are two of the only women besides like our moms and like maybe one or two of our like real close homegirls. I think they're the only women that we've ever like cried in front of and like actually been open and expressive in front of.
I've never been so emotionally vulnerable in front of someone besides you, maybe, and like my parents. She was one of the few people I was like truly just open and emotional towards. And when you think about like the fact that you what you did in the past to hurt the girl that you felt this way for, it's just
Shitty.
it's shitty, and it's like it makes your throat tight and shit, and it makes your like stomach feel like, man, I am the problem and you are the problem, bro. It's just you got to realize that you are the problem, and it's just you got to fix that shit. And it's you're gonna be called a lot of words and a lot of things from people, but it's just at the end of the day, it's just you got to figure that shit out.
I think that's something me and you are struggling with right now is like how the fuck do we figure out how to fix this issue? Because we've had this issue and we've tried fixing like we've actively tried fixing it. Like for me,
Mm.
I went to therapy. I'm doing the podcast, me actively like trying to commit to something. So like,
I went to therapy at one point too. I was trying my best to figure it out with my therapist, just to fall back into the pit. And it's a cycle, bro. You just can't fucking, you feel like you got out of it, and then you just like, well, I just did it again. What was the point?
that should be, and then like it make you feel so shitty, especially since in this relationship because you could genuinely say like she was probably the closest you've ever been to anybody.
In my entire,
Right.
no doubt, there's probably no woman I've ever been as close to like that.
And to see like how you hurt them or made them feel, and then the words, oh my god, the words they said after that.
I will never forget how she proceeded to say, "You gonna end up just like your father." After I had told her that that's one of my biggest, and like just to hear that out of her mouth, which I I'm not defending the fact that she said it, but like I don't understand why after like I heard her, but like the words just Jesus, man. I can't, it's such a double edged sword because no matter what I
You
say,
feel like
yeah.
you feel like that like you deserve to be called that.
I don't feel like yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Probably I feel like I deserve to be called that, but for her to use the one thing that I told her, like that is like I was just like, wow, bro. That's, all right.
How did that shit affect you, bro? Like from like then to now, because like I've seen some of it, but maybe talking about it might help you a little bit.
I can't say that my emotional state has been good since we've been how long have we been broken up, bro? Like I don't what a couple.
I think it was September ish, like end of September,
September.
mid September, something like that.
That was almost 3 months. We're like 2 months and some change, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So since then, from now, I want to say that I don't want to say that I've been better, but I've been at my very very lows. Like I've had a moment where I've had to sit in my room and just listen to sad music and just like, dog, I can't fix my problems. And sometimes you just gotta, sometimes when you in a pit like that, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta either write it down or find a distraction. Sometimes I find distractions. Sometimes I just gotta deal with the sadness. But
I'm not gonna lie though, we've been fighting some unhealthy ass distractions like weed, alcohol, sex.
because at the end of the day, none of those feel good. Just the other day, I was literally thinking to myself, first of all, have you ever been on TikTok at like 1 a.m., Mac?
Bro,
Why
them
is
court
TikTok at
ones,
1
bro.
a.m. always so different? I literally had like 10 TikToks in a row of sad shit about like, this is how she feels now, you broke her. I was like, bro, do I gotta get all of these right
I don't
now?
like I know, bro. I feel bad as it is. I don't need to keep seeing this. And then for people to like always say I'm a bad person, I'm just like, yo, I don't need to see this. Like I understand what I did was wrong. I'm sorry, bro. Like what else do you
Since we're on the topic of social media and we're talking about cheating, I want to talk about a post I put on my story. We do not care. About 21 hours ago. I posted, do you believe in the statement, once a cheater, always a cheater, as a poll? And the poll came out. Hold on.
Damn, bro. Come on, pull it up.
Hold on, bro. I'm trying to pull the poll up, bro. It's not working right now for some reason. Okay, there we go. There we go. We had 29 votes that, yes, once a cheater is always a cheater, and 17 votes, no, once a cheater is always a cheater.
What you think, bro?
See, if you had asked me that a couple years ago, I'd have said, hell yeah. But no, I don't think once a cheater is always a cheater. I think that anyone can change. Like a serial killer could change, for God's sake, if they would just stop killing. If you just stop cheating, then you're not just okay. You know what I
I ain't gonna
mean.
lie though. I'm not gonna lie. Serious, compared it to serial killer is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, then I don't know. Someone can change
Well,
their
no,
profession. Someone can change their
I see
professions,
what you're
bro.
saying though. Cause then, but like, would you not always be a cheater though? Like, you a serial killer, so you living your life. Even though you change, you still a serial killer. Same thing with cheating. Like,
Yeah,
I live
but
my life now, but like, I'm still a cheater. Like, I still cheated
but
before.
if you look at it, but here's another way you can also look at it. If there's a serial killer who once killed people, but he hasn't killed someone in like 30 years, is he still a serial killer or is he a former serial killer? If someone has cheated once in their past, but it's been like 30 years and they've let's say they cheat on their wife in their past and the wife knows about it. It's 40 years later. We're 85 years old. We love each other. She don't even remember it because she low-key don't really remember much anymore.
They got dementia.
Oh God, she got that. She got that. So basically, so basically, is that 85-year-old man who has raised at least 7 kids, loves his wife, and who's got his dream life of a cottage with his old ass wife? Is he still a cheater or is he a former cheater?
7 kids is absolutely insane. Who got money for that shit? That nigga been fucking.
Feudalistic lords? I don't know.
Feudal? What the fuck is a feudalistic? All right, bro. You just waffling. Shut Next fucking question. What the fuck is a feudalistic? Okay, bro. Next question, bro. Did you ever think of your partner while you were cheating?
The whole time.
Why'd you keep going there, bro?
I had to finish.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm kidding. It's all jokes. I'm just joking.
You're not joking. This nigga not lying. This nigga is not lying, bro. Nigga was sitting there. You a problem.
Hey, isn't what this whole episode's about? Talking about us being the problem?
No comment, bro. But
Exactly.
like, I had to finish. It's a crazy line.
I mean, you want me to be honest why I didn't stop, or you want me to give you
bro, be honest.
I was just trying to be funny. The real answer why I didn't stop was because like once you've crossed a threshold, you kind of just your brain stops working. You genuinely have no thoughts. You're just living in the moment, and it's not. You basically just let those intrusive thoughts take over, and you kind of just do what you do. Also, side note, sex is not like the movies that we used to watch about like young kids having sex. That shit is low key awkward. Shit is weird sometimes, bro. Like it's because movies always made like romantic moments and sexual moments look so romanticized. Certain ones are, bro, but like when you really just have like regular sex, it's not romantic. It's just like,
That
okay,
should be on.
this shit is mad awk, especially if you don't know the girl.
Oh god.
It's like a movie when you actually know the girl and you've been with her for a while. Yes, it's amazing. Yes, it's always gonna be
But
passionate and
other than
beautiful.
that, bro,
But
it's
other
a
than
couple
that,
kisses.
if it's a one
couple
night, if a girl comes over and it's a quick link, I promise you, we're just kissing, and then I'm more focused on the TV show half the time.
I'm gonna get about 3 kisses. I'm bricked. I'm finna give her some nice little love real quick.
It's not even love, low key. It's really just a couple, and then you're done, and you just be like, all right, well, have a good night.
Nigga said it. What the fuck? Okay,
All
bro.
right, let's get the next question, bro. Let's get that.
So I actually got something to say though, because my
Okay.
therapist, I told him that same thing. I was like, during the moment, it was almost like I wasn't thinking, and what he had said was, he said, it's not that you weren't thinking, it's that the actual thoughts you were thinking, you knew were wrong, so you pushed them away.
You basically don't listen to the bad thoughts. You just be like, or you don't even care at the moment. You just be like, man, whatever. Let's
I
just get it
think
cracking.
what he was saying was, it's because you are enjoying doing whatever it is that you're doing, or else you wouldn't do it. Because in order to do an action, you have to think about the action.
Did you think about the action when you cheated?
1,000%. Now, I feel like my situation and your situation are a
Are
little different,
two different things? Because
because for me, it was never, like, I never fucked another girl. I never like you didn't even.
I mean, I didn't really. I didn't see. That's why that whole situation
Let's be for real.
with R is so weird sometimes. Because if we're gonna talk about it, we could talk about it. But like,
Stop, bro. You know what cheating is. I already know what you're gonna say.
not that. I was gonna say like the situations after that and what happened after that is kind of wild. Because if you think about the reason I got reblocked the last time, is kind of insane to me.
You should actually, because that's actually like, it's an interesting
Do we
story.
want to
So you
talk
should
about
actually,
that? Okay.
I think you should. I really think you should.
So should we just start at how the whole day went?
You got the floor. You got the floor, buddy.
Okay. So
This is your
basically,
world. I'm just living in it.
I had woken up that day from a crazy dream. I have these weird, vivid dreams that make me feel like I actually lived in it. I don't remember the dream, but I remember how I felt afterwards when I woke up. I immediately knew my day had gone to shit. I had woken up, just went to my bathroom, and just started like just existing, and I hated everything. I got to class, I was sad. I don't know what was going on with me that day. It was a mix of I felt bad for all the things I had done in the past, and a feeling of like my ex is still texting me, and I didn't know how to take that because she was the one that had blocked me. Now, granted, we had been re-blocking and unadding each other for like a month before I was like all sad because we had basically couldn't stay away from each other. And funny enough, my ex had started dating the girl that we added to the situation, to the little threesome thing, which was interesting to me because, you know. So I had been sad that whole day, and I started driving home, and for some reason I was starting to cry, and all this sad ass indie music started playing, and I just couldn't get out of it. I even had to stop before we got to the crib and just cried. I went upstairs, Mac had left, and he had brought back my ex. Lovely. I had cried into the arms of the woman I had once loved yet again. And it was not easy. I poured my heart out, explained why I was so sad and felt like shit. He basically told me just
Tell us.
tell us what, man. Tell us what.
God. Tell us what you told her. If you feel comfortable, doing that.
I told her I loved her and that I wouldn't stop loving her till the day I died. And that
Real.
I'm sorry for everything I had ever done and how she deserved to be happy with someone who actually makes her feel happy and this and that and the third. She just hugged me, kissed me on my forehead, and then left after a while. But to counteract that little sad moment, let's talk about how basically for a couple days before that and a couple days after that, she had been saying, "Do you want to come hit?" Which I found kind of funny because, you know, we're
Oh my,
supposed we're a little broken up.
oh my god, oh my.
But like when I said I didn't want, when I was basically just blowing that off every day, she found out that I wasn't blowing her off because I didn't want to hit. Well, I that was half the reason. It was mostly because I was messing with other people and didn't want to mess with her because it was my ex, and I was just like, well, I can't keep doing that if I want to be better. Obviously, just repeating a pattern is not going to fix the issue. And it was like she's also in a relationship, bro. I just like don't get me wrong, they're in an open relationship, but like I can't get back into that cycle again. I just don't want to put myself in that situation again.
That's kind of ironic, if I do say so myself.
I kind of put so when I didn't respond to me, she sent me a paragraph and was like, "Just leave me alone. Just don't talk to me anymore." I'm like, "Okay, well, all right, that's fine, I guess." At the end of the
Okay.
day, the relationship is just, it wouldn't work. No matter how many times we try, no matter how many times I've realized that I love her and realize that maybe it's just not going to work, it doesn't. And it's just a situation that's just going to have to sit there and just never come to be.
Oh god, that shit sucks. But now I got another question though,
Okay.
because we kind of got sidetracked there. So we were talking about kind of like in our heads whenever we were doing it. So what did you tell yourself to justify being unfaithful?
I don't think I even justified it to myself. I think like I said, I literally just lived in the moment and did it. And I felt bad afterward. And I couldn't even justify it. When it happened, I just was like, well, people will use the excuse, you're young, you're in college, it doesn't matter anyway. But then you realize you hurt someone, and it's just not like you don't
Literally.
like. I don't understand how people will use the excuse, I'm young, I'm in college, it doesn't matter. But like that's fuckboy. That's like fuckboy energy, and I'm just, as much as people want to say, oh, he is a fuckboy, I'm just not like a living, breathing, dying fuckboy. I just don't want to be that in my life. There was no justification. I just I did it and I felt like shit.
Okay. You know, it's crazy. I was literally finna ask, did you feel guilty after cheating and why?
Of course I felt guilty. Who wouldn't feel guilty when you hurt someone you say you loved?
I don't know, bro. Some people literally, I swear it'd be some people when they cheat, they first of all, they wake up and they look to go cheat. And
I've
then when they cheat, they just don't feel bad. They like, well,
I knew a
get cheated on.
I knew a girl who cheated on her boyfriend with like three different guys, and she just didn't care. She just did it and just acted like it was just. I, it's and then they just put it in their mind. It was like, well, he's not satisfying me. Then say that. But at the same time, how can you also say
You
that
see
when
what you,
you yourself have done the same
you
thing?
see what you just said though? You see what you just
Yes.
said though? Just say that, or just tell them
But
you know
sometimes,
you.
but I'm the same person who said if sometimes it feels easier to cheat than to actually like just say your, and that's what's the fucked up part, because like if you were just honest, you could save feeling so much more than just actively cheating.
Do you think? Do you think that some people aren't honest about how they're feeling because they're scared of the other person's reaction?
Of course. I mean, besides like people who are afraid of their partner, which if you're afraid of your partner, please contact someone. Don't let someone beat you, because that's just don't ever let someone beat you in a relationship. Don't ever get pressured into a relationship either, because that shit is not fun. That's coming from someone who's been pressured into multiple relationships. But I'm sorry, I got off topic. What were we talking about again?
But I don't remember the question I asked because that was like a question.
I don't remember.
Oh well, fuck it, we ball. So next question I want to ask is, so from like then to now, with like both of the experiences with S and R, how does it make you feel like now, like from then to now, kind of like your feelings and how they've like been?
My heart in an ice box. Can't nobody open. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, you actually need to jump off a bridge after you just said that shit, bro.
No, I feel like I've learned. I'm not gonna say I'm reborn. I'm never gonna cheat again. Which I promise you, I don't think I'm going to ever. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I don't want to cheat again. I don't want to be.
Cheat again.
I'm not going.
I don't know if I trust myself. Like now, I'm scared to even like.
I'm scared to even be in a relationship again, bro. I'm scared of getting close to a girl to a level of where I can be in a relationship again. Because I know for a fact I'm not ready for a relationship. I know for a fact that I got a while before I'm ready for a relationship.
You want to know something crazy?
Please tell me.
So look, I have trust issues, right? Because I've been cheated on before,
right.
But I also have trust issues because I was cheating, and then I also have trust issues because girls was cheating on their boyfriends with me. So
I can't trust no girl because I have been on literally every single spectrum when it comes to cheating. I have been a home wrecker. I have been cheated on. I have been a cheater. It's just you get involved, or you just be messing with a girl and they're literally they don't even tell you. They don't even tell you they're in a relationship and you done already did everything with them.
Just niggas wonder why you got trust issues. Shit, I've been on all ends of the spectrum. I've been cheated on. I done cheated. I've been cheated with.
Why you got trust issues, bro? Because I'm the problem. Because I'm the issue. It's not a flex. I'm not flexing. Who said I was flexing, sir? I'm just I'm being truthful. There's nothing to flex about cheating. Cheating is not a flex. If you're flexing the fact that you're a consistent cheater, then well, maybe you just enjoy cheating. I see. We used to think it was cute to be toxic, but it's not cute to be toxic. I'm grown now. What do I gain from being toxic all day?
Shit, I don't know. A sense of control. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I cheat. I like being in control. I don't know. I
like feeling wanted. I think that's another issue.
I did talk about that. I was like, for me, I think my cheating stemmed from a place of insecurity. So like, even though like I was secure in a relationship, and she would constantly tell me, oh, like I'm handsome, I'm all this, I'm doing all this good and all this. I think it was the outside validation as well too that made me I don't want to say made me, because nothing can make you cheat.
So if I ask you, let me ask you this: do you feel like were the cheating with was it making you feel like more of a man in a sense? Like, did you feel more like wanted? Did you feel like it was giving you something your girlfriend wasn't giving you?
I don't know, bro, because I've asked myself that question like plenty of times. Excuse me. And it wasn't even because like it didn't even make me feel more manly or wanted. It was just like I have like the ability to
be able to just
I think it was
out
like
here in these streets.
I think it was I think I was feeding my ego a little bit. I feel like.
Did your ego get fed with cheating, or did it really just do nothing for you?
I think during the moment, like whenever like shit like that happened, I was like, like yeah, I did it, and not okay. I don't want to say this and sound like bad, but
Speak your
because
truth.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound bad, but I just want to preface it. But I'm not trying to sound bad. It's just kind of like how my thought process was in a moment. Women are kind of like I don't see.
Ooh.
I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm not trying to sound misogynist. I'm not trying to sound misogynist or nothing. But it's kind of like women are placed like highly, like especially in a man's life, right? Especially like beautiful women, right? So it's
And
kind of like it's like a goal you set, like oh, like I want to see if I can do this and that with this woman, and then like you accomplish that, and it's kind of like a sense of like uh achievement or like a I conquered this. And I don't want to say that in a way like women are things that like you conquer, because they're not. It's so much more than that, bro. If I had a daughter and she had a boyfriend and that motherfucker came in and said I conquered your daughter, I'd have to kill him. I'd have to snap his
it
neck.
would just be murder. It would just
So
simply be murder.
I don't want to make it sound like one of those things, but I think it was kind of in my head like that, like oh hey, like, and they to me they didn't even look better than my girlfriend. My girlfriend was top tier for me. She was touching the fucking roof, but for some reason, it was like a I want to see what this is about type of thing. My fault, y'all. We had some technical difficulties, but yeah, where I left off at it was pretty much like all I had left to say. So we finna move to the next
Final
question for
question.
real. Now, Miles,
Yes, sir.
would you take anything back? So, like, out of everything you did, would you take anything back?
See, if I say no, it's gonna sound bad, but hear me out. The only reason why I say I wouldn't go back on the things I've done, or like I wouldn't try to like change anything, is because to me, every lesson is a lesson learned. And trying to change the past isn't going to really help the overall problems that were already there. Like, do I feel bad for what I did? Absolutely. I will never say cheating is the answer, nor will I ever say what I did was okay. However, I wouldn't go back in time and change what I did, because what I've done has taught me how to approach issues in a relationship that I can see in the future that can come up like they did in the past. Like issues that I saw that caused me to cheat. Now I can go to in my next relationship and be like, okay, this is how I go from doing this to this.
Do you feel like you trust yourself enough to get back into a relationship?
Absolutely not. Not right now, at least. Not
Okay,
until I
okay,
know
that's
that I've healed.
but how do you know you healed though? Like,
I feel like there's a specific time where you've come to know yourself enough to where you can trust yourself, because it's honestly up to interpretation on how you feel you're ready for another relationship. Like, if you think you're mature enough and you think you've learned the mistakes of your past, then, and if you think you're ready and the girl you want to be in a relationship with is right for you, then yeah, achieve that, go after a relationship. But as we've learned from this last like hour, I'm not ready in any kind of capacity.
I feel like being ready for a relationship though is kind of like I don't even know, because like you don't even realize you're ready for a relationship until you're with a certain person and you're like, oh shoot, like I want to be with this like person. Like,
Well, yeah, I can agree on that. I guess it's more just like a situational thing too, because I, I can't say exactly like everyone's gonna know when you're in ready for a relationship, because sometimes relationships just spring up on you. Like my relationship with S, that just kind of sprung up on me. I don't
oh
know. I
my
just
god,
ended up just dating her. It wasn't exactly a choice. It was just like, oh well, I like this girl and we both like each other, so let me ask her out. And, you just kind of gotta be your own. You gotta be an adult and pick when you think you're ready.
That was the most uneventful relationship I have ever witnessed in my fucking life. That shit was boring.
What if
Like
we
I'm not okay.
lasted a month?
Whoa. Hold on, but because like my thing is like I'm not gonna say like relationships have to be fun or have some type of like shit that goes on, but that shit was just boring. Like it was just nothing. Like there was I didn't see no type of spark. Shit was not
See, we was
exciting.
we was happy, but it's just awesome. Like looking back on it, I really don't think we would have lasted as long as we did. Like even I feel like the honeymoon phase would have ended, and then we both would have like, eh. Eventually, it just would have. We would have just had to cut it off and both go our separate ways because issues. There was more issues than just the issues that I talked about. There's definitely some like problems that it was just two different backgrounds.
Okay. Now, let's say you hadn't had cheated. Would you have stayed with R?
Man, I I'm not sure actually. I don't know because I don't know how to answer that. I'm at a loss for words, and that's coming from me, who the man who speaks more than his brain allows him to. Like what? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can answer that.
Do you be missing her?
I'm not gonna lie to you and say I've never missed her, and I'm not gonna lie to you and sit here and say like, oh, I'm not gonna sit here and be one of those hard asses like, man, fuck that. No, no. Yes, I miss her, but the issue is still you don't know. I don't know if I missed her or if I missed what we had. Like, do I miss her specifically, or do I miss the love that she gave me?
Nigga spitting right now. I feel that. I feel that though. Yeah, you know me. I don't want to be that guy, but I miss my.
I miss my girl.
Listen. It was like I would consider that probably like the first like actual serious. See, I'm sorry if you my ex and you listening to this, but like, I would consider that like my first like real serious relationship, bro. I was in love. You weren't
You
in
about to
love.
have you about to have your
No.
you about to have your exes slide up on your story talk about some.
see?
Excuse you. How,
Like okay, like we were serious, but we wasn't that serious. Like we were. Whoa, that sounds bad. Like we were
bro,
serious,
you
but
about
we
to put yourself in the biggest hole ever.
like no. I mean, like we were serious, but you weren't as serious as being her were. That sounds bad. Let me preface this. First one cheating on me. Second one was long distance, like long, like over like oceans. No, I wouldn't know oceans. It was over states. And then third one, like we was with each other 24/7. So like obviously I'm gonna miss her. That's what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, dang, do I just miss her because like I was with her every day and I like miss the attention and shit, or like do I like miss her?
Right. Because sometimes I'll be thinking like, "Ooh, do I miss her, or is like, do I just miss the relationship itself?" Because no one likes being single. I mean, everybody likes being single
Um,
until like 9:03 p.m.
and then all the core
Everybody loves being
cores,
single until that late night hits.
all the core TikToks, all the
It's just you just got to realize that, dang, bro. I don't understand why core TikToks always gotta.
or you until you see the couple TikToks and you're like,
Ain't
nigga,
really
fuck y'all.
Man, I promise you, and I'm gonna say this respectfully because if you know who I am, you know I'm joking. But anytime I see anyone's story and it says, "I love my boyfriend," this and that, I promise you, the first thing I'm thinking is, "I hope you two break up." And I'm not being, and this is not me being vindictive. This is just me saying, I don't want to see our happy
We
relationship.
don't care.
Now, for my
Like,
close friends, yes, I hope. Literally, like for my close friends, yes, I hope your relationship works great. I hope you're happy. I hope everything. But for the people I like know, but like don't know, no, I hope your relationship doesn't work.
no,
Respectfully,
because
of
hear me
course.
out.
I'm not serious, I'm not serious, but I'm serious.
If you want to post your boyfriend or girlfriend, bro, please do. But it's when they start writing long ass paragraphs on their stories. Like, how old are we, bro? We 21.
Like, I'm
You
sorry,
supposed
you get about You get about 2 to 3 posts you get 2 to 3 posts
A week.
every month.
Nah, a week. I give it a week.
Nah, you get about per week you get 2 posts per week. If you go
Okay,
over
that's
that
not
2 post margin, I promise you, I can
blocked.
only give so much of a fuck. Not even blocked. I'm just gonna post. I like eventually, like then I'm just feeling vindictive, and then I really just want to say, man, fuck your happy relationship. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm kind. Because I'm not going to do that. But I'm thinking it. Just know that.
Bro, why are you so hateful, bro? The bro is
I'm hateful.
talking about, so fuck your relationship. Like, what they do?
Nothing to me specifically. I just don't like seeing other people in happy relationships. Like, I'm obviously kidding, and everything I'm saying shouldn't be taken serious. But like, fuck your happy relationship, man.
I'm not kidding.
Why are you happy and I'm not?
If it's my friends, like, that's cool. My friends, I want to have happy relationships, but them randoms that I got on Snapchat, I'm not gonna lie, fuck y'all.
Oh God, them randoms can kick rocks for real. Cause like, like congratulations, you're so happy. Ooh, it's your 5-month anniversary. Wow, dude, I'm so happy for you. Fuck you, die slow, nigga.
And
Like that
one girl I tried to get at in 7th grade, don't let me catch her in a happy relationship. Fuck your happy relationship. I tried to get at you in 7th grade, bro. Quit playing on me, bro.
Nah, it's worse when it's worse when it's a girl that you tried to holler at during your college experience, and then you see that she got a happy relationship now, and you like, damn, fuck you then. Like, no disrespect, but all disrespect towards you and your man. I hope y'all break up. I hope that nigga cheats. I'm joking, because this whole episode is about not cheating. I hope that nigga I hope y'all relationship fails. It's just that simple. I just hope it fails.
Like I hope you're happy, but at the same time, I hope you're unhappy.
I'm praying on your downfall.
You know,
I'm praying on it.
That's a terrible way to end the episode. Let's end the episode on an uplifting look. So I'm gonna say something. If you're someone that's cheated before, I want to say, unless you're just a dickhead, and you know what I mean by just a dickhead cheater. If you just cheated and you was like, man, fuck her or fuck him, like, and you one of the people that woke up and said, I'm gonna go cheat today, okay, it's fuck you. I ain't gonna lie. You might be a little bit of a bad person, but if you're one of the people that you cheated and like it was just I don't even, you can't, there's no excuse for it. But if you're one of the people that cheated and you feel bad and it's like that whole situation, I want to let you know, you're not a bad person. You did a bad thing. You damn sure did a bad thing. But don't beat yourself up over it, bro. Like, you gotta let that shit go, because beating yourself up over it is not helping. Because like, I know that I've been doing it this whole time. And if you've been cheated on, I hope these past 2 episodes kind of give you an
insight on the mind of a cheater.
Okay.
Because don't get me wrong, even though you may hate the dude who cheated on you, and you may despise the cheaters in general, just remember there's always 2 sides to every story. And while you may not want to hear the side of the cheater, you got to remember, sometimes you just got to hear everybody's story.
Niggas just fuck up.
Literally. And you can hold it against them for the rest of your life. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But holding that hate towards someone is terrible, even though we just talked about harboring hate. But you know what? It don't matter, because just remember, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody got issues. Not everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
But that's just saying, no excuses though. No excuses though. Like,
at all.
But like, here, bro, or here, bro. Actually, no, fuck that. I ain't gonna lie, because if I got cheated, I would not be forgiven. I'm sorry.
I've been as someone who's been cheated on and who has cheated.
It depends. It depends on if I'm in love.
It hurts worse to cheat than to be cheated on. And someone's gonna be listening to this. Someone's gonna be listening to that part. Let me finish. Someone's gonna finish that part and be like, that's not true, because if that was true, then no. Because then you gotta live with your mistake. Because then you gotta live with the fact that you did that and you hurt the girl.
You also gotta live with the fact that your significant other wanted to go fuck somebody else. So was you not enough? Like, bro, they both have their own, like, each individual, like.
I don't know. Well, which one would you say? Would you think it's worse to get cheated on than be the cheater? Because how did you feel when you got cheated on compared to how you cheated?
You can't compare the two. I think you can compare, but you really can't, because when you get cheated on, you kind of compare yourself to the other person that they cheated with or the other people. But when you cheat, it's like you're not comparing. You're just kind of like beating yourself up over it. So I think they're like two like different things.
It's two different things, but it's also, I don't know. I feel like if you try to compare them, you're gonna look at it weirdly, and if you also like, it's both have their downsides. One has more downsides than the other, and one feels worse. But I don't know. It really just depends on your perspective, I guess.
But that's really all I wanted to do. I wanted to like offer a different perspective for people that have been cheated on, or if someone that cheated and they couldn't quite understand why they cheated. So like hopefully you got some insight from this in some type of way. And you know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. That was part 2.
And I appreciate you letting me onto the podcast, my boy.
Man,
It
fuck
was
you.
nice to. Damn, nigga, I'm trying to be professional and shit. All right, fuck you too.
Bro, this is not professional. All a podcast is somebody talking into a mic. I'm talking to you, like, bro. Why you laugh like that? Why you laugh?
And why you built like a pregnant hippo?
Nigga, what?
Okay, see,
Oh, yeah, my fault. You was laughing, bro. What happened? I thought you
I
was
bet
laughing.
you thought that shit was funny. I think you know what I think. I think we should end the episode here.
And I think so as well. And I appreciate you letting me on the podcast for real, bro. It was lovely.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure y'all tune in to the next episode. If you don't, no comment. Just tune in. That's all I gotta say. That is all.
I won't blunt my blade for cut these chains. Rather let my limbs be drugged through